going on, guys? This is BSPN Broadcasting. This is going to be my weekly video recording of my thoughts on the Fantasy League, and you guys can tune in or you can not tune in. I don't really care. But I'm going to do 2 videos a week. One's going to be representing the week before. I'll do one on Mondays, and that'll cover the week that just happened. And then I'll do one on Fridays previewing the upcoming weekend, just doing a little something to change it up. I'll have guests in each week to weigh in on opinion and see about what they think about so far. But what we're going to go through is last week, reviewing all the games and reviewing players' records. I'll start out with OG Swizz and Stafford infection. It was a pretty good game. Psych. Elliott scored 47 points. And he struggled really bad, but there's this weird feeling that Elliott has this good team. If they come out and all perform, you can see that Aaron Rodgers didn't with only 11 points. Aaron Foster, 5 points. It's just unlucky. Mike Wallace is going to be a huge liability. So will Vincent Jackson. They're both extremely unreliable. Freeman came out, made good running back replacements with Steven Jackson out and Eddie Lacy. Put in Bernard Pierce, who's obviously in for Ray Rice, which is unfortunate. But Matt Stafford, can he perform the entire year? That's the big question. I don't really know. Not buying into it yet. It's got a pretty tough schedule playing Cincy. He's got to play Green Bay, Chicago, Pittsburgh. Not an easy schedule, so we'll see how he ends up. But I like Tyler at 3-0. I think he goes down this week. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Let's see who's he got. Week 4. It's got John Gross. That'll be a big game. Projection right now, 110-91 in John's favor. We'll see what that holds up. But anyway, good game by Tyler. Kicked Elliott's ass. Just a bad week for Elliott. Me and Patrick played. Patrick ended up beating me by 24. Just reviewing that game, I thought that I was going to do a lot better. Ended up that a lot of my players just blew it. Antonio Brown at 33 sitting on my bench. That was just unfortunate. Nothing I can do there. He had 33 this week, but he had 7 and 5 the first 2 weeks, so there's just no prediction there. It's unfortunate. Giovanni Bernard may be getting a start for me next week. This week. Thinking about starting him as a freshman, rookie. Kind of nervous about it. We'll see how that goes. Jason Snelling, another guy to think about. Patrick, again, played the wrong quarterback like our commissioner said. What an idiot. C.J. Spiller is an interesting development. He's had 0 points, had 3 the first week. He had 13 the second week, so you never really know there. But let's see. So Patrick kicked my butt. That was a tough game. Now we're going to move on to John playing the Brady Bunch Jacob, 0-3. We were talking about it today. You know, Jacob is just not that good of a fantasy player. Sorry, Jacob, I hate to say that. You're not. Just bad plays. Put in Julian Edelman. Nothing. I mean, none of your bench got anything really either. Hurts that you got Danny out. You got Eric Decker, who had a freak game. Those are kind of hard to predict. I don't like having a Denver wide receiver, honestly, because gosh, it just goes back and forth on who's going to get the touchdowns, receptions, who's going to get the most receptions. I don't know. It's kind of tough to decide. But John, with his first win of the season, got to feel pretty good about that. Tony Romo finally played good. Had more than the teens. He put himself at 20. Joik Bell, or however you say his name, he had a good game. Marshawn Lynch, again, not that good of a game. Really inconsistent. That's tough. Darren Sproles, not that impressed. You got good wide receivers. I think that's pretty good. Interesting development here for all of you members who did not know. John did not mean to play Jordan Cameron. He had switched in Jermichael Finley, and it didn't work out. It didn't register as switch. Therefore, Jordan Cameron ended up playing. He still would have won the game, but That's 24 points his team shouldn't have had. So cough it up to luck, cough it up to a win. I don't know what you want to call it, but he won. So we'll move over to Jesus Ballers playing Rainbow Nation, which is the gayest name I've ever heard. It's literally like, hey, gay nation. Cam Newton finally came out for Brad. That was a big deal. Got out of the teens and almost doubled his numbers with a 29-point performance. That was really good. Rashard Mendenhall, questionable. Calvin Johnson, questionable. It's a little bit scary. Rob Gronkowski looking to get back. That'd be a huge turnout for Brad. But Antonio Gates had double digits 2 weeks in a row, so it's kind of the question of, do you even play him? I don't know. That's tough. Greg Jennings hadn't been anything like he used to be. Brad should probably look into a wide receiver. Brian Hartline could definitely make an argument for the start. 19, 6, and 11. That's not bad at all. Then he's got the big debacle of if he's going to play Trent Richardson or Ahmad Bradshaw. I don't know. That's tough. Jeff's running backs just came out. DeMarco Murray, 27? 27? That was his second double-digit game. He had 11 in the first week. That's impressive. That is really impressive. And then LaShawn McCoy, arguably the best running back in the league right now, had 24. That's his second game over 20 points. Really impressive by LaShawn McCoy. Good pickup by Jeff. Matt Forte, again, a double-digit week, 16 points off of 16 carries alone. So Jeff is definitely not looking stupid in the running back selections. Granted, he picked Matt Forte before LaShawn McCoy, and Matt Forte is significantly not as good as LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy probably the best running back. And in fact, I'm going to look it up really quick. I'm pretty sure LaShawn McCoy went draft recap of LaShawn McCoy went 12th overall in our league, arguably the best fantasy player that we have. So he's got to feel pretty good about that. So going back, we're going to visit one last game that was, I know, a disappointment for Michael Cackmus, notorious for winning 2 championships in this league. He's a good ball coach for fantasy football. Typically makes a big adjustment midway through the season with a trade-off of Jacob or a pickup. He usually has a good pickup or a trade. So looking at what he's got, Bilal Powell, or Bilal Powell, however you say it, second double-digit game in a row. He had 27 carries in week 3. That's a lot. It looks like Jets are starting to lean on him a little more. At Tennessee, don't know how I feel about that matchup. Darrell Richardson, 0 points, while Maurice Jones-Drew had 11. Looks like he's finally coming out of that little stretch. He got 19 carries, which means that they're starting to really rely on him in that offense. Brett's definitely looking like he came out with the better deal. Brett, again, scoring 122 points. His team is looking pretty tough to beat right now. 26 by Peyton. That is his second game over 25. Obviously, the notorious first week, he had 49 points. It was just freaky. I don't know if you guys saw the Manning documentary. It was pretty good. It was actually really good. So we'll see how he does. Adrian Peterson, 14 points. He had 29 first week. Huge. Had 10 last week. 26 carries for only 100 yards. That's not that impressive. It's a little under 4 yards per carry. Not bad, but didn't get in the end zone. 10 points. Yeah. Had 14 this week. Pretty good. As far as receivers go, Brett's looking pretty good. Julio Jones listed as questionable. He's just limited in practice. He'll be back. He'll be fine. Still got Fred Jackson sitting on the bench, looking like a big question mark. He has had all 3 weeks double digits. Somebody's got to snag him off of his bench. I don't know who it's going to be. It's definitely not going to be me. But somebody needs to do it. Cordarrelle Patterson, 2 catches for 49 yards. Not bad. Just a little VFL checkup right there. Okay, so that was the previous week. Looking at transactions. Oh, look at this poll. Would you rather fuck Jessica Biel's body with John's face and you keep eye contact with John? Or fuck John's body with Jessica Biel's face? We're going to go with Jessica's body, John's face. That's a no-brainer. It's got 6 votes to 0. Bad poll, bad poll. Summit's ranking. Let's review that real quick. They were right on John's. They were right on Brett's. They were wrong on Tyler's. They were wrong on... No, they were right on Jeff's, and they were wrong on mine. So they went 3 for 2. Not too bad. That's the worst record they've had this year. Looking at transactions that have gone on today, because today's Wednesday, hump day, they ended up doing a bunch of transactions. This is a big day. Things of note. Michael picked up Santonio Holmes. I saw that. He's being looked at. T's finally picked up Nate Washington. We'll see if he plays him. I don't know if that's going to actually happen or not. And Brad moved over for Buccaneers D. So we'll see how that goes. They've got a new quarterback starting this week, so that'll be pretty interesting. Okay, so let's visit the standings here. Standings-wise, we've got Brett and Tyler at top of the Beast division. Brett has scored 428 points. He's 100 over anyone else besides Jeff. It's 95 over Jeff. So Jeff's the closest one. As far as points against, Michael and Jacob are right there. Michael's had 369 scored against him. Jacob's had 307. Both are 0-3. Both are 0-3. Everyone else has at least one win. Michael and Jacob looking pretty bad to start off the season. I have pretty good confidence that Michael's going to make a little bit of a push. I doubt that he makes a playoffs. If I had to pick playoff selection, it would be Brett, Tyler, Freeman. I don't know. I can see Michael making a push with John. And then we got Jeff, Patrick, me, all at 2-1. Patrick winning 2 in a row. So we'll see how that week ends up. If I get the chance, I'm going to go through the rest of the week, this upcoming week. So we'll see what happens.